and go.
Greetings all, Shane Bruce, Restomod Daisy, with yet another installment of the Restomod Daisy YouTube channel. Today we're looking at a gun that arrived here quite a while ago, and I finally got out of the receiving bay and processed through the receiving process so that we know how the gun shot when we got here. It got here. We'll have photos of what it looked like when it arrived, and then we'll be able to take a look at the build sheet and see what the owner wants done. Now, this is kind of a cool gun. You'll notice that it is a Daisy Model 99, but it's a naked Daisy. It ain't got no sights. How can that be a Model 99? It don't have a rear sight, not a lick of one. And if you wander down the front end, it ain't got no front sight, not a lick of one. Now, to compound and further confuse the average person, me included when I first opened this one up, it's got a 3-star lever on it, so that's a mid-50, mid-60 kind of lever. It's got, I think, a thinnish target trigger, a little thin on this dimension here, the width dimension, which might be an intermediate model. And the biggest tell on this gun that makes it kind of unusual is let's run down to the muzzle again. It's got a standard bottle cap with a top port, a top loading port. You twist the bottle cap, the port opens magically and you can load BBs into it and twist it back. But now the two big items on the gun is the fact that it doesn't have a front sight and it doesn't have a rear sight, which I'm pretty sure means this gun was one of the Daisy Model 99 quick skill guns, and that was a limited run of BB guns that Daisy put out in the 50s, basically to teach instinct shooting with. Let's compare it to another similar vintage Model 99. Now, on this gun, you'll notice we have the classic shrouded front sight, and it has the conventional threaded in 50-round magazine. Now, this is the older style that Daisy made. It functions about the same as the current production Model 25 mag, but it's a little bit different in construction. It doesn't have any magnets. There's no aluminum castings on it. It's an all-steel unit, but it does hold 50 BBs in this magical slot right here, and it threads into the muzzle. So this is a spring-fed magazine system. It's not a rattle trap. The gun that came in for Restomodding is a rattle trap. So in other words, you can load that thing up with probably close to 1,000 BBs, and it was basically designed by Daisy to aid shooters in developing on-the-fly target skills. The owner of the gun, who's 71, says his dad bought this gun way back in the day, basically to practice his shotgunning techniques because he felt he needed improvement with his field gun for birds, and he saw this and snatched it up and practiced with this as opposed to a regular shotgun. Obviously, you can save a lot of money on ammunition that way, and not to mention no huge requirements for space. Now, let's go back and take a look at two other things that I think support my contention that this is a factory quick skill gun, not a Model 99 that had the sights fall off. If you'll notice, on our sample gun, there are two small tack welds, one here, one there, on each side of that front side assembly. Now, tack welds leave evidence of their being. If there was a tack weld on this gun tube, you would see 4 small dots where the weld had actually processed and managed to grab hold. The other tell is the top feed. That's not a standard thing on most Daisy Model 99s that I've seen. Not that I've seen every one there ever was, but I've seen quite a few. Now let's go back to the rear sight. You'll notice that on the top of the receiver here we have a tack weld, and back under here there's another one that you can't quite see because the sight assembly is in the way. Well, our gun has 3 tack welds, not 2. But I don't think this tack weld ever supported a rear sight bracket. I don't think it ever had one on it. So that makes this gun kind of neat. It's not really something you run into every day because I've been doing this for years, and this is the very first one of these I've seen. So, at the customer's request, what we're going to do is get her prettified. He's already done some internal mods on his own. Follows the YouTube channel, and so he's done his own spring swap and overboard his own air tube, and he really wants a shotgun style buttstock for it, and he wants to lengthen that fore end out to about here and put it on a slight slant. We'll also fire blue the unit. Its original paint is not bad, and it certainly has enough patina on it. And this is an example of what patina looks like. It's rust, it's gotten light brown, not real chunky. Let's take a look at the flip side. You can see that the wood is in okay shape. It's poplar. When we get done with it, it'll probably look something, well, I really don't have an example to show you, but hopefully it will look a lot better. So let's take a look at the roll stamp real quick. Let me get that oriented for you so you can see that. Now this is tough to bring up. See that it is in fact a daisy. Do I need to rotate it more?
You're good. Rogers, Arkansas, yeah.
Yeah, Rogers, Arkansas, 199 with a registration number, an M139886. And those of you who like to sleuth about with daisy serial numbers, yeah, if you can, leave me a comment. Tell me when you think this thing was built. I'm tending to think 61, 62. I'm not sure if the M1 is 1961 or 1971, but with the 3-star lever, it would make no sense that it would be a 71 because this was not being used past about 65. But then again, somebody could have just stuck it on there. You know, it's a daisy. You can move parts around them all day long. Well, kids, so there you go. A daisy, quick skill, specialized weapon, not real common. We're going to be working on it, and I'll be happy to show you what it looks like when we get done. That's all we've got today for you, kids. This is Shane Bruce with Restomod Daisy, signing off.